Okay, so it's Chris Forsyth here from the Joplin area, and I'm excited. I have Drew McCluskey on the Zoom call with me today, and he is our presenter for November 7th. And I know a lot of what we're hearing about Drew is his career with Brandon Turner. I know a lot of people are interested about that, and so today we're going to share a little bit about that. So, Drew, tell us kind of a little bit about yourself and how you got the gig at Brandon.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy how I got into that in the first place. So I grew up in Edgar Springs, Missouri, which is about 2 hours west of St. Louis, and it's a town of 190 people. So really small, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and grew up pretty much most of my life not knowing anything about real estate. So I understood a fair amount about business, but nothing really in the domain of real estate till I was 19, and I stumbled upon BiggerPockets like a lot of other real estate investors did, started reading those books pretty aggressively. And I think it was probably about 3 to 4 months later or so, I ended up going down to the BiggerPockets conference. This was the first one that they had done back in 2019. I met Brandon Turner there, and kind of as soon as I met him, I was like, oh, I like someday I'm going to do something with you, like whatever it is. But it kind of sparked that piece of, okay, wait, there's something more I could do outside of just my own real estate portfolio on the side that I was already catching a lot of fire
Right.
to do. But yeah, I guess fast forward, I went home. I continued learning about real estate, and I ended up getting into a quadplex that was completely demolished. That's another story, but
Right.
I started renovating that. And about 6 months into that, I realized I was completely in over my head. And the opportunity came up then to get on a coaching call with Brandon one-on-one for 30 minutes, just a quick thing. But I had to like donate $500 to a GoFundMe for his brother. His brother had gotten in a wreck. So I ended up, I decided, okay, screw it, I'm going to do that. So I donated the money, and I ended up getting on the call with him, and 30 minutes turned into almost 2 hours long of us just chatting about life, about different values that we have for family. We talked about homeschooling a lot because I grew up homeschooled. And then that was kind of where the call was ending up. And at the very end, he said, hey, are you looking at really doing anything besides just kind of this real estate side stuff that you're doing right now? I didn't have really any plans. I was about to graduate college. And so he said, well, hey, go ahead and toss your name in the ring. I'm looking to bring an intern out here. And, I think there might be something we could do together. So I tossed my name in with, I think it was around like 40 to 50 other people. And then I kind of was sitting there that night, and I talked with my dad, and then was sitting and thinking about it more. And I realized, hey, I know who his partner is out on Maui. I could just reach out to him and see if there's anything I could do in the meantime. So this kind of sparked this idea. I went ahead and messaged him, and I said, hey, I just got done talking to Brandon Turner. He seemed really interested in me and kind of what I'm doing. I've gone ahead and put my resume in. But I was curious, in the meantime, is there anything I could just start doing for now for free for you? And sure enough, he was like, oh yeah, I have, this list of leads that I need photos for, if you can just get them from Google Maps. And then it was, hey, if you can search up online for this stuff. Like, it was just a whole bunch of random projects over the course of about a week that he just had me doing. So I was probably working like 6 hours a day for him. And then I think the big selling point was I found one task that he needed me to do, and he said he does it every single month, and it's about an 8 to 12 page long encrypted PDF. So it's one of those PDFs where you can't highlight anything. All the information you need is there, but you have to manually type it all out to get the
Right.
data from it. So I was like toying around with this problem for a bit, because I realized this was going to take me like 6 to 8 hours to scrape all the data. And then he wanted me to do research online about every single one of these properties. So I have a programming background. So what I did was I looked into some stuff with Python, and I found a way that I could create a quick program to drop this PDF into it, go into the back end, grab all of the code, sort through that, create a CSV. And this is like kind of getting technical, but basically I created this thing that scraped the data from the PDF, and then it automatically went online and found all the data that I needed. So now I took like a 6 to 8 hour task that he was doing every single month, and got a way to where he could do it in about 3 minutes or so. Just drag, drop, and click convert, and then it was done. So that was one of those, like, head explode type
Wow.
moments that I gave to him. And he then went straight to Brandon and was like, hey, we can skip the interview process. Let's get this guy out here. So it was literally within just about like a week that I was able to transfer it to being in the running, and instead directly I guess take the position as mine.
Wow. That's incredible. So that was the first I know you were doing some smaller tasks for him. That was like the first larger task that they gave you, and you
Mhm.
developed a system to handle that. That's
Yeah,
pretty
kind
cool.
of indefinitely. Yeah, just kind of remove the problem
Yeah,
entirely.
awesome. So, and I know on November 7th, we're going to hear more about, your time spent being the intern for him. I'm
Mhm.
excited for that. That's a great like foot in the door. That's a great way to, I guess, segue into that career with him. And
Mhm.
it's also kind of what we enjoy about real estate is there's so many avenues you can take,
Yeah.
um, to plug in with some big players. And a lot of times it's giving first and
Mhm.
giving that time, which we're going to get into probably here pretty soon, but it's giving first and then, good things come. And that's what I love about real estate is the people we connect with, in real estate. It's just, it's really rewarding. And so,
Yeah, it's super collaborative. Like the whole
yeah,
thing is there's so much room for collaboration. And so I found that the whole, if you can just start giving freely, there's so many opportunities to work with other people. And that's definitely what I've found to be the case all throughout, ever since I started that to now. It's just,
right.
there's a lot of collaboration to be had.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you, Drew. I look forward to seeing you on the 7th, and I know everyone
Mhm.
else does as well. So we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you.